and welcome to Fat Lads in Kilts, episode 4. Today we're standing on the banks of Loch Lubnaig.
We're standing in the shadow of Ben Ledi as well, just up to our right hand side, and we're on our way up to Killin, beautiful little town in Stirlingshire, and we're going to show you the stunning falls of DOCHART, and then we're going to go along to the standing stones of Campbell, hopefully get the keys for the burial site of the Clan MacNab, then head along to Finlarry Castle.
Ooh!
And then we'll finish it off by looking at the Moirlanich Longhouse, which is a preserved house from the Middle Ages.
So come along, let's go on an adventure.
Thank you.
Should we push him in?
So here in front of us we have the absolutely magnificent falls of DOCHART. Stunning waterfall, and in the certain times of year you have the salmon come up the river. They leap up the waterfall, and there's a pub, if you turn down to the left, Stephen, the pub on the left there is called the Falls of DOCHART Inn, and that used to be called the Salmon Lie, and that's comes from the salmon swimming upriver against the flow of the water.
So here we are at the other side of the bridge. Now in the distance there you've got Ben Glass and Ben Lawyers. So here we are at St Fillan's Mill. Now this was a 3-storey high former Tweed mill. The mill stands on a traditional site occupied by a succession of meal mills, which the earliest was said to have been erected by St Fillan. The mill was built roughly around 1840 by John Campbell, who was the second Marquess of Breadalbane. Traditionally, the mill did not work on St Fillan's Day on the 9th of January.
Go. Back in the day, eh?
Can't believe how nice it is. You'll never see this place as quiet now. Normally in the summer it's absolutely heaving.
Spend most of it while it's here, eh?
It's a beautiful view, isn't it? Absolute cracking.
So I'm now on the little peninsula or island called Inchbuie, and this is the traditional burial ground of the Clan MacNab. Now we're going up, follow this path to the end of the island to find their little mausoleum. So here we have it, the ancient burial ground of the Clan MacNab. Isn't this a bit spectacular? Francis MacNab of MacNab. Born 1733, died May 25th, 1816. Wow. This place could tell a few stories. Let's have a little look across at the old stone bridge. There we go. Burial site of the Clan MacNab. Outstanding. This is a little entrance gate to the Clan MacNab, where you enter it from the bridge. Climb up that bit.
How tempting is it to push him in?
You absolute idiot. Try to make me fall in, and he falls in himself. Drops his phone. How do you plead idiot features?
Guilty. Soaking!
I think you'll find mine are bone dry.
Here we are, at last. Black Duncan's Finlarig Castle. Let's go and explore.
So we're standing here in the beheading pit at Finlarig Castle. Now this was reserved for people who were noble and who dared to cross Black Duncan Campbell.
Off with his head! Just down here, if you can zoom in, you can see the remains of a chain. Now this is where the prisoner would have been tied down, shackled down, just before he was beheaded.
Nice.
So we're standing outside the mausoleum. Now this dates back to the 1800s. Black Duncan is reportedly buried here. Now he was buried on the site around about 1631.
So if you look above the door, you'll see the Clan Campbell coat of arms. And this building actually sits on the site of a much older mausoleum, dating back to about the 1500s.
Should we have a look?
Huh?
Kind of guess you'll not need to duck here again. No way I'm ducking. So, Finlarig Castle was originally built in the 11th century, and the land surrounding it belonged to the Menzies family before they all became part of the Campbell clan estates. Whilst Duncan Campbell's main residence was at Balloch Castle, which is now known as Taymouth Castle, he also built, along with Finlarig Castle, Balcardine, Monsey, Loch DOCHART and Eden Ample Castle. So, common people weren't beheaded. Instead, they were hanged from an oak tree opposite the castle. Now you can see this tree just ahead of us. Now the branch that people were hanged has long gone. Now there's lots of tales of, well, gruesome tales of beheadings and hangings by Black Duncan. Who knows if they're true or just urban myths.
So as we're standing here, you can see this is an L-shaped castle. So you've got the bit sticking out here. And if you notice up there, you can zoom in, Kev, you've got the coat of arms of King James I of England, or King James VI of Scotland, who was the reigning monarch at the time. And if you notice down there, there's a little hole for like defence, you know, for sticking a gun through. And we can have a quick look inside as well. It's fairly ruinous inside, but we can have a look. You've got just up here, there's the old staircase going up, and then through here we're coming into the... So I'm standing here outside Moyer Lanich Long Cottage in Killin, and this is a perfectly preserved house dating back to the early 1800s. It was built by Donald Robertson, and he would have lived in this tiny little hamlet on the outskirts of Killin. And in this little hamlet, where there are no other houses now, but there was a guy called Roy Campbell, and he was a contemporary of Rob Roy McGregor, who was also from this area. That's amazing. Here we have, folks, the Falls of Balloch. Isn't that a bit spectacular. So looking across Loch Lomond towards that bumpy hill in the distance, that's Connick Hill. And then there's the little island there, which I can't remember the name of. And then we're looking right across Loch Lomond. And the big hill in the distance, that's Ben Lomond. And then we're going to look round to the little village of Luss. Stunning.
So this brings us to the end of episode 4 of Fat Lads in Kilts.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like and subscribe and share with your friends.
And for next week, we've got something very special. So stay tuned for next week's episode.
Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.